Hey guys, I am Vivek Gaur, your physical therapist, and a warm welcome to today's live discussion with my guest today, Nimisha Bhatia. I have known Nimisha for last 15 years. We were together during our undergraduate program. She had been a punctual, hardworking student who was always in the good books of our professors as well as her classmates. Nimisha has recently passed her NPTE, which is the National Physical Therapy Examination in USA, and that too in the first attempt. And kind enough, the kind person she has agreed to join us in today's discussion to help the young physio who aspire to go and work in USA as a physical therapist in future. Now, before I go ahead and welcome Nimisha over here in this today's live discussion, I would like to tell you, our audience, that today's episode will be recorded and it will be available on in under the membership program of my YouTube channel, which is Vivek Gaur Physical Therapist. I would also like to point out that I have been doing podcasts for quite some time now, and if you are into podcasts, you like listening to podcasts, you can go ahead and listen to my podcast on Spotify, Castbox, or wherever you find your podcasts. The important links of today's discussion will be shared in the comment box later by me. And you can go check them out. And also, if you have some sort of question for me or Nimisha, you can always ask them over here. And later on, when we actually end this today's discussion, we can find out the time to answer your queries. So let's welcome our today's guest and lovely lady, Nimisha, over here. Nimisha, first of all, a warm welcome to you and congratulations on crushing that NPT exam on your first attempt. How do you feel?
Thank you so much, Vivek. Obviously, it is a feeling that is, which I cannot actually express. It is something beyond that, and yes, it is my privilege to be here today and to be able to guide the aspiring physical therapist, whatever guidance I can provide from my side, and the whatever insight I can give into the journey of NPTE. So I will be very happy to share my experiences, share my knowledge, whatever I have, and to help out
Excellent.
whoever are
Whoever is
aiming to be
aspiring to
a
go through.
right, to be a
Correct.
physical therapist in the United States.
Correct. Correct. So let's start today's discussion. And my first question to you is, tell us about your journey from India to the United States.
So my journey from India to United States is actually a very, I would say, a very simple and a very common one. So I was entirely educated in India. My schooling, my graduation, and my post-graduation masters, everything was from India. And then after that, I started working in India for around 5 years. And then I moved to the US in 2018 after I got married. So that's how this is a very simple journey from India to US, which I have. Yeah, so that's how it is. That's how I came to the United States.
So I do believe that a lot of young people, young professionals, immigrate to USA, and of course, either they get married over there or they get married back here in India, and majority of the time their spouses join them over there and have to figure out what they are going to do as a professional. So of course, that is like 50% of people who immigrate to USA on spouses dependent visa has to figure out what they have to do, and that's a different
Right,
journey
right,
and a
that's
separate
true.
journey, separate struggle itself. I can imagine.
Yeah.
So my question to you, the other question is, tell us, when did you really think about the NPT exam? What gave you hope? What were your fears? And how did you go through around it?
So when I came to the US, I did not start my journey immediately. In fact, I did not start anything immediately because I was working back in India. And my job was a bit hectic, so I wanted to take a break after my marriage. So I took a break for about I think 5 or 6 months, and only then I started to actually think that how I need to start. So I had spoken to several, some of my friends who were already in the United States, and they had given me some idea like how to start. So, like after 5, 6 months, the only idea actually I could get was that I had to start like with my TOEFL scores. So I had to, take my TOEFL exam and get the required scores. So, after 5, 6 months, I started preparing for my TOEFL, and then there were certain requirements for the TOEFL. So like requirements as in requirements in terms of scores, like this much of score I have to get in order to be able to eligible to become eligible for the NPTE. So that's how I started. That was my first step towards NPTE with TOEFL.
So my third question is, and of course it is one of the most important question, and I think our audience today is here to listen this. The answer to this question is, tell us about the application process and its approximate time as well as the cost.
Okay, so I will actually kind of brief you with the entire process, which will also include the application process, because there are many candidates, and majority of the candidates who actually struggle to find out the actual process, because they will be reaching out to different people but don't know the. So as I had mentioned that I had first started with the TOEFL exam, and I took my TOEFL. I think I gave around 2 months to prepare for my TOEFL, and there are 4 sections in the TOEFL exam. You have your reading, listening, writing, and speaking. So I had prepared for all those 4 sections separately using the resources which are given on the TOEFL website itself, and some YouTube resources. So I took around 2 months and took my TOEFL exam, and I then got the required scores. After my TOEFL, like it is very important to decide which state you have to go for. Like there are 50 states in United States, so you have to be decided, because every state in the United States will be having different requirements. So you have to be well versed with all the requirements of that particular state. So that was the second step. Then the third step was the evaluation part. So the most common agency which the people, candidates go for their degree evaluation is FCCPT. So it is like it gives you kind of the report which it gives you. It is accepted in all the states in the United States, and it offers you different kinds of evaluation. And I think the most common type of evaluation which people require here is the type 1 evaluation, type 1 review, which is also known as the healthcare worker certificate. So that is required especially for those people who are aspiring to get their own work visa, for example their H1B. So I had opted for that, and its approximate cost will be for type 1 review would be I think around $1340. That is their updated cost. And previously it used to take more time, like they had mentioned on their website that they will be taking 6 months to complete the evaluation, but I think now after they have increased their fees, they have reduced the time. Hopefully they have reduced the time of the evaluation. So that was the third step. And in type 1 review, there are certain requirements which you have to fulfill. You will have to submit certain documents from your side, and there will be certain documents which will be submitted from the PT school to FCCPT. And if you don't submit those documents, they will not start their evaluation till then. You have to first complete the documentation process with FCCPT. So so all the document list is already provided on their website. The complete information of type 1 review is given on their website. There are other kinds of reviews also. For New York, there will be a different review. Many candidates opt for New York because New York takes lesser time. I think they do not require TOEFL scores also. So the process for New York is different. But For if you're going for other states, then yes, you will be requiring type 1 if you want your work visa. And so that was with the evaluation part. Then after the evaluation, then you have to, once you get your report, the evaluation report, you have to complete your credits. So in the report, you will see that they would have mentioned certain topics or subjects, I would say, where you will be lacking your credits, and you will have to do courses in those subjects. So what credits are that, like if you're going for type 1 review, so type 1 review requires total of 210 credits. You can consider credits as points. Now every topic, every subject which you are lacking your credit in, you will be doing a course in that subject, and that institution where you are doing that course, that institution will award you with certain number of credits of that subject. Okay. So there are two types of credits. There will be general credits and there will be professional credits. So general credits are those subjects which are not directly related to physical therapy. For example, a course in English, or a course in sociology, a course in psychology, so like that. So these are your general credits. And the professional credits are those subjects which are actually related to your physical therapy. So depending upon where you have where your education has been from, like your bachelor's and if your master's, so based upon that, your education, they will be evaluating your education, comparing with the standards in the United States. And then they will tell you where, in which subjects you are lacking, and then you have to pursue those subjects. So for general credits, some states have very particular requirements for general credits. For example, like in Georgia, in the state of Georgia, they have, I think, a requirement of 50 credits, which is too much. But in other states, they do not have that specific requirement. So for general credits, usually you have the best option of CLEP. You can go on their website and you can see the various the subjects they offer, and it is quite cheap. And I think their fees for every subject is around $70 to $80, and it has a fixed time frame. Not fixed time frame, I would say, but yes, you can study the subject and then you can take the exam anytime. So that is so you have that thing in it. And then the other option you have is PRI. Philippine Rehab Institute for general credits, but it is, compared to CLEP, it is a bit more expensive. And PRI is like, it takes a lot of time in PRI, but yes, it is. And then for professional credits, again, you have two options. So based upon whatever subjects you are lacking in, you can either opt for like PRI, Philippine Rehab Institute, because it has maximum number of subjects which they can offer, and their fees is somewhere around, I think, $400 to $500, somewhere in between for each subject. But that is still cheaper compared to the American universities. That is still cheaper. If you opt for American universities like University of St. Augustine, or there is Northeastern University, so their fees will be above $1,000. So that is still cheaper. PRI is still cheaper, but the only drawback with PRI is that they are very laid back in their responses. So you will have to literally run behind them to get some response from them. You will have to keep on emailing them, and it's like that. But yes, they do respond in their own time. They take their own time. But yes, compared to American universities, they are more reliable, I would say. American universities are more reliable. Their time frame is much more fixed, but yes, they are more expensive. So, and
if you have lots of money in your pocket, then you can go for the American university.
Right. So that is the fact. So if you're going for PRI, you will have to be very, very ready that yes, you will have to wait for maybe for a couple of months complete one course with PRI. So that is the thing. So, and then yes, if you want to go for American university, so that is also a good choice, but then it requires more money. So that is the thing. So once you have completed all your credits, and yes, you have one more thing I wanted to mention, that FCCPT also has something called as plan services. So the plan services, they actually they will offer you, or if you like go for their plan service, they will tell you according to your deficiencies, according to your credit deficiencies, that which course this particular course you can do from this university, or this particular course you can do from this university, like that. They will guide you, kind of. But then obviously they will charge you for that. And I would suggest that
if a candidate is opting for a particular university or an institution for a particular course, they should always
CCPT and ask for that institution or university is acceptable by FCCPT or not. That is very, very important. Because sometimes they do not accept some of the university. Yeah. For example, I think a few years ago, even PRI was not accepted by FCCPT, and certain candidates, they completed courses from PRI and they were rejected. So that is very important, to ask FCCPT beforehand through email that what universities are accepted. And then after you complete your credits, then and when you are certain that yes, you have completed all your credits, you have to go for your reevaluation. So reevaluation will cost you somewhere around I think $870, and that will again take, I think, maybe 4 to 6 weeks, somewhere around that. And
they have report of your reevaluation. They will tell you that yeah, now you have completed all your 210 credits. Then you can
afford whatever chosen for yourself. So you have to contact the state board of physical therapy, and you have to you will have to actually visit their website and see all the requirements. That should be done beforehand. But contacting them and filing their application, that will be done after the reevaluation and everything is completed. So you can email them and you can fill their application and submit the fees. So I think the fees will be somewhere around
to 300 state to state. So and then after that, once you have applied like
state board, then as a law exam or a jurisprudence exam for that particular state. So in some states, they will be you will be required to actually take the exam before NPTE. Like I was required to take the exam before NPTE, and in some states, they will you will be required to take that exam after NPTE. And in some states, I'm not sure, but I think in California, that exam is a bit difficult. But in some states, it is easy. It is an open book exam. Like in my state, it was an open book exam, so it is quite easy for me. Then
there's a criminal background check, which will be required by your state. So they will send a form, and you will have to
print it, and then these
will check your background. So after that, once that is cleared,
make you eligible to sit for the exam. And then after that, you are going to get yourself registered with FSBPT, Federation of State Boards of Physical Therapy, which is the examining body which conducts the NPTE. So you are going to get yourself registered with the FSBPT, and the fees is I think it's $485 for the exam. And once you have got yourself registered, you will be taking an appointment with the Prometric Center, which is near your place, for the exam. So those are the steps which you will have to follow. Obviously, the steps will be varying from one state to the other, but more or less, these are the steps which a candidate
These are the
will have
steps.
to follow.
Well, to be
Yeah.
honest, to my ears, they sound like awfully tedious. And to be honest, if I'm not the sort of person who has this sort of patience to go through, and of course, I don't have those many dollars either to throw into this process. But just for the sake of our audience, just let us breeze through the time duration and approximate cost of these few steps again. So would you please repeat those steps again? Just tell us the approximate time and around the cost that you have to pay for it.
So
The total. And you will be requiring around, I think, 1.5 months to 2 months to prepare for it, and ensure that you really prepare well this.
test your, they do test your English in every way, and especially the speaking part. So that becomes a bit challenging when you have to speak something in just 45 seconds. So you have to prepare well for this exam. So you can take around 1.5 to 2 months for this.
And the cost will be somewhere around the United States, I think it's $225.
It will vary from country to country. Because you have to tell FCCPT that yes, this is state I will be applying for, and then FCCPT will be sending the evaluation report to your state. So that's how it is. And then the third step was the evaluation part. So evaluation will be costing you, like type 1 review I'm talking about specifically, that will be costing you $1,340. And in my time, it took around it used to take around 6 to 7 months, but I think they have reduced the time. So maybe they are taking now, I think maybe 4 months. So you will have to actually see that on their website. And then the fourth step is to complete your credits. So completion of your credits actually depends on the candidate, how much time they are taking. So in my case, it took me around 6 to 7 months to complete the credits. Some candidates take more. They might take up to a year to complete all the credits. And it also depends how much deficiency you have got. If you have got a lot of deficiency in your credits, then obviously you're going to take more time. So this is how it is. And then the step 5, which I said, that was the reevaluation part. It will cost you around $870, and it will take you around, I think, around 4 to 6 weeks. Ideally, it should take that much of time. And then then after that, the step 6 was to apply for to the state board, submit your application to the state board. That will be somewhere around $200 to $300. And I think they will also be taking somewhere around maybe in some states it can be faster. In some states, like in my case, it took around a month to process everything. And then your law exam, I'm not sure about the law exam. In my state, it was free. I'm not sure if in other states they charge you. And then the criminal background check. Yes, it does take some time. In my state, it takes around 2. So that much of time it will take you. And then you have to register for FSBPT, that you can do in just a day, and take the appointment for your test. So that is the thing. So yes, it is going to take some time. The entire journey is not something which is going to be completed in just a couple of months, 2, 3 months or 4 months. No, you will have to be really patient with it. It can take up minimum, I think it will take you a year at least, and then it can go beyond that as well.
All right, just listening to that has given butterfly in my stomach. I don't know, I don't have that kind of patience, but the young physios, I'm sure, people who are aspiring for it, and who have the knack for going abroad and practicing the physical therapy. And of course, people who can actually, plan out their entire journey. through all the steps that you have
Yeah.
told us, I'm sure they'll be able to do it.
Yes, I agree because it does
So,
require a lot of planning.
yeah, a lot of planning, a lot of patience, and plenty of dollars to
Yeah.
throw at it. Yeah.
Hmm.
So my fourth question for you is, tell us about few weeks before your exam. Was that the nervous time for you? Was that easy for you? I know you had been a very good student. Was that you just cracked in and passed your exam, just went through, or was that a difficult time to prepare and concentrate on the exam?
Okay, so now is like you have asked me this question today, but I had actually decided not to.
But since I will try to recall as much as I can. So yes, so before the exam, I think a few days before the exam, yes,
I will say anxiety was a bit high, and there the journey is not very smooth. I think nobody's journey is smooth. Whoever is um, you know aiming to be to sit for NPTE, the journey is never smooth. You have your share of so I had my own. So obviously it has increased because of those things. So, but then yes, you need to control that anxiety, especially before your exam, because
it's too high on the day of the exam. You're just going to goof up. You are not going to perform very well on the exam. So yes, that was there, but then
no, you have to do it. So that was there, and that is and whoever is going to appear for the exam, they are going to face the same thing, the same anxiety, and maybe some stress, and that is something very natural which will happen with anybody. Not just exam, any major exam of your life, you are going to face that thing, and it is something very natural. And it's just that you have to be patient enough with yourself and trust the process and trust yourself. So that is the main thing.
All right, and you came out with flying colors, so it worked in the best interest of yours, I'm sure. Um, so, which portion of your exam was the toughest, and which portion was easiest? Just go through the exam process. What kind of questions you receive? How many sections it has? Just tell us about the NPTE exam. Is it just written exam, or do you have to, sit into a practical exam as well?
Okay, so you have asked me a very good question because the candidates should know about what kind of exam it is. So NPTE is actually is only it will be a computer-based exam, and there are only multiple choice questions on the exam, and it is actually a very standardized exam and an entry-level exam, I would say. By standardized, I mean that they have like the NPTE will have a particular blueprint for the exam, which you can a kind of list of topics from where they will be asking you questions. So it is that standardized exam, and there are like around 250 questions. There will be 250 questions on the exam, and it is a 5-hour long exam. So like every section every section will be having around 50 questions, and every section will be 1 hour long. So like you have to answer in every section you have to answer about 50 questions,
60 minutes. And after 2 sections, you get a break of 15 minutes, which I would recommend that every candidate should take. And then after 15 minutes, you're going to
for 3 hours at a stretch, and you're going to going to solve the rest of the questions. Now, the out of 250 questions, 50 questions are not scored. You are only going to be scored on 200 questions. The rest 50 questions are excluded, and they are distributed randomly throughout the exam. So obviously, you don't know which questions will be excluded. And
out of 200 questions, you need to score correctly in 35 questions.
So, like if you get 1/3 of the questions incorrect, even then you can pass the exam. And 50 questions would have already been excluded from the exam, which will not be scored. So there's a good chance. What I'm saying is that there's a
of passing the exam if you're well prepared. So that is what I want to say here. And another thing is that in an entry level,
so it is a kind of exam which helps you. It is a kind of gate you can imagine which helps you enter into the world of physical therapy in the United States. So not expecting something very hi-fi from you during the exam. They have particular topics from which they are going to definitely ask you questions. And the difficulty level of the exam, I would say, is not. I will not say that is a very difficult exam. The difficulty level is somewhere moderate. It is not very easy. It is not a very difficult exam. It is moderately difficult, I would say. And the thing is, but the catch is that the questions are quested. I don't remember if I answered any question which was straight. Questions were most of the questions, they are quite twisted. So you have to actually understand each and every question. The check comes when you have to answer every question in 1 minute. You can of course take more time, but then if you're going to take more time in every question, you will time. So you cannot afford to take more time in every question. So you have to practice answering the question in 1 minute. And since questions are twisted, so
obviously you have to practice a lot through like
the stem of the question especially. So in order to answer it correctly. So that is a brief structure what I've told you of the exam. This is how the exam goes about. And another thing, that they are not just testing your knowledge; they are actually testing your mental toughness as well. 5-hour long exam is actually a challenging exam. When you reach your 4th and 5th section, you are really mentally exhausted.
Mentally
and
tired.
You will have to make a lot of effort to keep yourself alert for the questions which are coming up in the 4th and the 5th section. So what happened with me, I was in my 5th section and I was tired, I was exhausted.
And I ran out of time. So I actually messed up my last 4 questions.
So my question to you is, how did you prepare for your NPT exam? Did you take some help from the external sources? Is there any organization that is actually helping people? How much they charge? How good the quality is? Do you think they were beneficial for you or not?
So yes, I did take help, and because I was new to this field, so obviously I didn't know where to study. And I think most of the candidates, they face the same problem. They don't know where to study. There are so many resources in the market that you are unable to decide where which to go for. So I came across Final Frontier.
Yeah.
And I have a few friends in the US who told me about Final Frontier, and who had actually they had been a part of Final Frontier and they qualified NPTE. So, and I had got a very good feedback. So Final Frontier is actually run by Dr. Bhupinder Singh, and he is a PhD, and his team is also, like, most of them are PhDs or they are pursuing PhD, and they have a very structured program. By structured program, I mean that they have a fixed schedule of their classes, and well-timed classes, because Dr. Bhupinder himself is very punctual, and they have a very good timetable, I would say. Actually, that timetable is the key, I would say. And you have topics which you should be reading, following that timetable on a daily basis. And the best part is that they cover actually all the major topics which are regularly asked on the NPTE. Like in some or the other way, through their lectures, through their timetable, through their study material, they cover all those topics. And you won't believe that during my NPTE preparation, I did not buy even a single book. I just got 2 books issued from the library. That also only for my basics. Otherwise, I did not buy even a single book, because they provide all the study material to you, and that is from the books. They have the scanned copy of those topics which are important, and they provide you, and with the page numbers you can get a printout, or you can study them on your computer or whatever it is. So they provide you every kind of material which you want for your NPTE, and they help you every way possible, because they have a huge team, and you can reach out to anybody in the team to clear your doubts. They have they even hold separate sessions for the doubts. And like if Dr. Bhupinder, he is taking a class at the end of the class, he will be solving the doubts of the students, or you can even email him and ask your doubts. You can even contact him or the team member, any team member, through the phone. So they have a very well planned, the entire is very well planned, and they actually believe in smartly. It's not that you have to study hard and you have to just burn yourself out. No, they actually believe in smart study so that you can pass the exam. So that is what their vision is. So I actually benefited from their program, and I followed the timetable religiously. Those days, the timetable was my Bible, which I used to follow with all my heart. That was the aim, and that way I covered all the topics which were required for me to pass the NPTE. So there are other programs also in the market which I'm not very well aware of, but yes, what I am aware of and what I'm experienced, like, this is a very good program which students can go for.
Great. So shout out to the Final Frontiers, and I know our batchmate Amreen Kaur is working with them, and she is doing really great, helping a lot of professionals from all part of and corners of the world to come over to USA and really go through that NPTE exam and get out with the very good marks, and of course the past status, which is like which gives such a smile. I did see your posts, and I did see that you were so much happy into it, because you put so much effort into the exam, and you sailed through. You sailed your boat across it. So Final Frontier. So anybody who's listening, anybody who wants to plan, anybody who actually is looking to go for NPTE exams, they can check Final Frontier. I'll be sharing the link in the description, as well as you can go check their website, which is NPTE Final Frontier. I guess it's there on the website, and you can definitely check them. Please give us some recommendations, especially to the aspiring physios and professionals who want to come over and practice in United States. When should they start, especially these students? When should they start their journey, and how should they prepare? And if you have some special tips, some magical tips for them to clear NPTE in first attempt, we would very much appreciate it.
So the first thing is that if you are actually planning to appear for the NPTE, as I had mentioned earlier as well, that you will have to be very much prepared, because it is going to take time. You will have to be very, very patient. Obviously, it is going to pay you in the end. It is going all worth it in the end. But yes, it is going to take time. It is going to take a lot of patience and efforts with the entire process. And it is going to take about minimum of a year. So obviously, you will have to start it beforehand. If you are planning for it, then you will have to start well before time, I would say. So like, go stepwise. you might get lost in between, like what to do next, what is the next step. But don't get disheartened. It's okay. Everybody gets lost somewhere in between. They don't know, because the process is so lengthy that you actually you are like, what is the next step? I don't know what is the next step. So that's okay. You can get help from many people, and there are resources who can help you. There are online resources who can help you. There are groups on Facebook which you can join, and there you can ask your doubts and questions what you have. So yes, it is going to take time. And regarding the NPTE preparation, so ideally, see, the thing is that the pass rate of the foreign trained PTs is quite low. But the thing is that passing this exam is very much doable, and that too in first attempt. You will be requiring somewhere around 4 to 6 months of preparation for the NPTE. If you are joining the right kind of program, if you're joining the right kind of course, so I think you will get a good guidance, and with the help of that, you can actually, you can actually fare well in the exam. And very importantly, that for the candidates, it is very important to not consider the exam as a battlefield. It's not a battlefield, because if you are considering it as a battlefield, you are going to burn yourself out. You will be very much stressed. So don't stress yourself, okay? Because you can consider it as a toll plaza. You go through a toll plaza to enter a new city or a new town, and you know that you will be coming across a toll plaza. So it is a kind of just a toll plaza. It is a kind of it is going to give you an entry to the world of physical therapy in the United States. So you just be prepared for it. Just be prepared for it, and give your best. Be consistent with your studies, which is very, very important. Even if you are studying just 3 to 4 hours in a day, because there are many people who are working also. So even if you're studying just 3 to 4 hours in a day, study with all your dedication and give your best in those 3 to 4 hours, and be consistent. Be patient with yourself. There will be days where you will have some anxiety, and you will be stressed, but don't stress out. This exam actually doesn't need your stress. It needs your dedication, and it needs your sincerity. It doesn't need your stress. So so this is the main thing, this is the main thing. And if you if you really want to pass it in the first attempt, and you want to go through all the material again, and not passing the exam in the first attempt, then my advice would be that the first thing is obviously that you have to be consistent with the studies, and secondly, that solve a lot of practice questions, solve as many practice exams as you can. There are there are books like Score Builders. Another is Therapy Ed, and each book offers you 3 full-length practice exams. Like, they will be having 200 questions. Solve those practice exams and go through all the rationals of those practice questions. Even if your question is correct, go through the rationale, because you get a lot of information through those questions. Because even in the NPTE, there will be some questions which you call as out of syllabus questions. So there will be questions like that. Not too many, but yes, few of them will be like that. So maybe you are able to solve those questions if you get the related information from the previously solved practice questions. So solve a lot of practice questions, and then they have something called as PEAT, which is offered by FSBPT itself. And the PEAT is it is a practice exam which is offered by FSBPT. So there are 2 kinds of PEAT. One is the practice PEAT, the other is the regular PEAT. So take that PEAT. The PEAT is it is actually a previously administered exam. which had been administered previously in NPTE, and now they are giving you as a practice exam. So solve it. That will be very, very helpful, because it is well timed and it is presented in front of you in the same way as the actual NPTE is presented. The screen and everything will be the same in front of you. So it will be a 5-hour practice exam. So solve it, go through all the rationals. That is going to be very, very helpful. Study diligently. That is very important.
All right. Thank you very much for your answer. So let's wrap up today's session. And before before we wrap up, let me summarize today's discussion with our lovely guest, Nimisha Bhatia. So downside which I see to apply for USA, people who are preparing, is definitely the very lengthy process, which at least takes a year or two to prepare through. The students who are aspiring, they are definitely at advantage. The professionals who are choosing it before it's too late, it's definitely it's gonna be helpful for them. The process sounds like a little bit tiring. You have to go through it, and you probably have to throw thousands of dollars, if I'm not wrong, Nimisha. Isn't that so? You have to throw a lot of...
Yeah, it is there. Yes, it is there. But there are certain people, there are certain candidates who go for other options also. Like, for example, there is an option to go for physical therapy assistant, PTA. So that exam is fairly easy. So then what you can do is that if you qualify that exam, you can start working. And if you are earning through being a PTA, then of course you can meet a lot of those expenses which you will be requiring for the PT exam. So there are these options as well. Yes.
Excellent. So you can definitely scale up and meanwhile upgrade your skills, see the PT culture over there, the physical therapy culture, as well as learn from them, and then probably in a year or two you can crack your NPT exam once more. So the perks are that you get very good salaries. You are definitely paid far better than what you are paid over here in India. Even for top professionals, I believe it's the hundreds of thousands of dollars each year you are paid into remuneration, which probably should be, I'm sure, which should sound very exciting to our listeners' ear. And so that's about it. And again, I'm repeating, today's chat is being recorded. The live discussion is being recorded. It will be available under the YouTube membership program for students. So if students are there listening to us, if the professionals are there listening to us, do go and check. It's fairly easy to buy the YouTube student membership, and it's pretty cost effective as well. The general membership is there for patients and the general public, and student membership is there for the students. I would also repeat that this chat will also be available there on the podcast, which is Vivek Gaur Physiotherapist. You can check it. If you listen to Spotify, you can check it. If you listen to Castbox and wherever you find your podcasts. The notes related to this chat and live discussion will be available in the website. The website that I run is called www.physiovivek.com. So you can always check the links over there. And once again, Nimisha, thank you very much for joining us today and helping the young professionals as well as aspiring physiotherapists to look forward to their NPT exam. And once more, congratulations on passing out the NPT exam.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vivek. Thank you so
much. Thank you very much
for joining. It was my pleasure to be here.